Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. I'm super excited to be talking about some awesome youth programs that have been around since 1999, yet it's the first time I'm hearing about it. I have Ted Hallisey, aka Cowboy Ted, with me this morning. How are you?
I am doing great. I
am really looking forward to learning about this. Before we get into the specific program we're talking about, I want to go into some background because, like I said, first time I'm hearing about it. Tell me about Arts Kids.
Yeah, there was a lady named Pat Sanger that started the program in 1999, wanted to reach out to kids and show them some coping skills, some communication skills, and use the expressive arts to be able to do that. So when we think of arts, we do some painting and ceramics and different things, but we also do video production and audio production, dance and yoga. So it's all about expression and teaching kids how to self-express or helping them enhance their abilities that they already have.
How did this come about? Why does she want to combine arts and, teaching mindfulness and coping skills and just life skills in general?
I think she identified, she came from Virginia and identified out there, she was a nurse, and identified that kids are having a lot of these problems. And if we start teaching them these coping skills, it makes life a little bit easier and we can go back to our happy place often. And, even when I'm working with kids, we get this thing that kids just don't care anymore. And I said, kids have it so much more difficult than we did growing up. They've got to know social media, they've got to know computers, they've got to know a lot more than we did. So I said, there's a lot that they're dealing with, and to try to keep self-esteem and mental wellness and everything, it's a challenge for kids. So we want to just help them with some tips on how to do that throughout the day.
Well, what is your personal investment in it?
Mine, I actually was hired by the board of directors because I had started a program called Cowboy Ted's Kids Program. And I do wellness programming for kids. And then they said, bring that in and let's do a wellness component along with the mental, emotional. So now we have physical, mental, and emotional health. And we just do a little 3-minute rock, paper, scissors with your full body or different things to break things up. They asked me to come in because I did already have a relationship with kids. And like you said, some of our brand wasn't known, even up in Park City where we originated. Now we're bringing the program into Salt Lake Valley. We have a program that's out on the Ute Reservation in White Rocks. So ours is just to kind of toot our own horn.
Well, nice. So now you're combining Cowboy Ted's with Arts Kids. Tell me about, the different kind of programs, the different things you're focusing on.
Most of it is coping skills. Like you said, kids have these issues, and we say kids, our program goes from 8 to 18, and we're even now starting to take it into a little bit younger audience.
Really?
And try some Saturday programs, some summer school programs, go into some preschools, and some library programs. So we extend past the after-school program where we originated, and just show kids simple things about your imaginary bubble. It's like we want personal space. Kids are all right up on each other right now. It's like you like a little bit of personal space, and that gives us a little bit more feeling good inside. So we tell kids, especially the younger kids, if you're feeling good on the inside, it makes you healthier on the outside. Your brain is in less time doing fight or flight responses, and we know about stress. It's like our brain is interpreting all situations as life or death, and we say, slow down. So that's where we introduce the mindfulness. Breathe. Close your eyes if you have to, and ask yourself, is this really life or death? Is it going to change my life if I don't let this thing happen? And if something negative does come in, realize that the negative thing is here, let it pass, release it, and go back and find something that does make you happy.
That's so interesting because I could totally see that in kids where everything is so serious.
Yeah.
I mean, level 10 in 2 seconds, right? So you're really teaching them kind of like, all right, let's interpret this. Is it really level 10? Yeah. No, not so much.
And it's nice that you say the numbers because we do teach that in one of our sessions. It's like, where is this on a range? So is it a 5? Is it a 10? Is it a 1, but your body's perceiving it as a 10? Relax, let's let your heart slow down, let's let your respiration slow down, and your body can relax, and it's actually good for your body, good for your brain, and good for everybody around you because there's less stress in the whole room. If we go into the native traditions of energy, there's more energy going. And when we start our program, we actually use a Native American tradition of a talking stick in a community circle, and we teach the kids, if you're holding the stick, that's when you talk. You pass it, and just tying in some native traditions and native art that comes in with this, especially out on the Ute Reservation. We want to use native artists that are delivering the programs. So once we deliver the life skill, then we bring in the art activity that helps reinforce the skill so they get to apply it.
So do your programs focus on different sort of arts? Do you have, you know,
Yes.
a music program, a digital art program? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we have between 1 and 10 sessions.
Okay.
So we'll bring in something like dance or Pilates or yoga or a drum circle. We're going to add juggling. So there are different types of performing arts, as well as we'll do some ceramics and some pastels and different things so the kids can self-express. One of the things we tell them up front is, you're not doing this for me. So opposite of class where you have some
Get a
objectives that
grade.
you have to meet, it's like, this is yours. And do I have to turn this in? No, this is yours. So you express how you would like to express. We have a journaling experience. So at the end of each session, we ask them what went well and why. When you get to the why, keep doing that.
Yeah.
That's the part that you've created that helps your life become a little easier. So when you get to the end of every day, ask yourself what went well and why. When you answer that why, it's like, I did that. I can replicate that, I can duplicate that, and I can make my life a little bit easier and other people's lives a little bit easier. So the art just helps to reinforce that, what went well and why.
This sounds like such a safe place for kids.
That's what we want, is to create a safe place, especially a lot of the kids that we were reaching out had different issues at home. So they had alcohol abuse or divorce or a death in the family. So we would reach out to counselors and say, are there some kids that probably need a little extra?
Yeah.
And then we wanted to have a mix of kids so that there are some high-functioning social kids that are kind of modeling for these other kids that might be struggling a little bit. And then as the adult mentors, we're there to just kind of guide them a little bit. We use a lot of the Montessori approach that the other kids can teach the other kids, and it's received a little better than if we're just saying do, do, do. It's like, you decide, you express, you have your voice in this surrounding for 1 to 2 hours, you have the voice. Now, obviously, we want to have a good sense of community, so the kids need to respect each other, but that just kind of develops itself in that circle, and throughout the activity, we find that over the course of time, kids just naturally do that if we let them.
I like everything I'm hearing. The principles you guys are all teaching and using, I feel like are just, I mean, exactly what kids need these days.
Yeah.
So how can people get involved?
They can go to our website. It's arts-kids.org. We're looking for volunteers all of the time. We've got programs that are going on right now. In fact, we just started on Wednesday up at South Summit Elementary in Camas, and Bridget Smith is our facilitator up there. She's going to do some really fun things with kids. She's got 19 kids that are coming in after school. We're going to do a program up at North Summit Elementary, and Tiffany Clark is our newest member we're recruiting, and we're going to look at doing that one in March. And then we're ready to start at McPolin again. And Jasmine Fitzsimmons is our facilitator there. She's actually got a guy, it's her boyfriend, that does cooking. So they come in and they do a cooking without using heat, and the art form of cooking.
That's so interesting. I love how you guys are incorporating so many different art mediums.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying
it's limitless.
Yeah, we actually had a guy that just moved to Park City, and he's joined our board. His name is Gary Auerbach, and he's a film producer, and he's going to put together a program to show kids how to do video production using their cell phone or a tablet, and how to edit and how to do different things. And then we look at to maybe having a film camp, dance camp in the summers. And then I'd like to give a shout out because Marianne Neumeister that lives here locally has been with the program for years. Steve Doherty, who lives up in Midway, is on our board of directors. And we've got Lola Beetlebrox, awesome name, but she is our grant writer, our facilitator, and she helps develop our curriculum. So a lot of local people, again, it started in Park City, and we're wanting to expand and share now with Salt Lake Valley, all of Utah. And if we get to video production, we've actually got a group in New York that would like to duplicate this program. They came in for Sundance, didn't get into Sundance, but hosted a movie called Velocipaster, where the pastor turned into a dinosaur. So it's like, okay, kids are going to like that. But they did a screening at St. Luke's, and they said, we love arts kids. We want to bring arts kids to Brooklyn, New York.
That's awesome for you guys. Wow, you're really extending your reach then.
We're trying, yeah.
So can people find all these programs on the website, all the different things that they could sign up for and register?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep. And then
what's the website one more time?
arts-kids.org.
Cool. All right, Ted Hallisey, a.k.a. Cowboy Ted. I think we've talked you into coming back and teaching us some roping, right?
I would love to come up and teach you how to rope.
Awesome. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure.
All right, guys, make sure you go out to the website, see all the programs I have to offer year-round. There's a lot of options. We have a lot more coming up on the Mountain Morning Show, including more guests right after this break.